All right, so let's go ahead and tackle this question up front here, everybody. First things first, we're going to begin by reading the question sentence. So, everybody, when we read that question sentence, how long will the trip take? When we read that and you read the answer choices, 6, 45, 7, whatever that number is, we're all looking at hours. What kind of a unit are we trying to solve for? What kind of a unit here? Yeah, that'll be a time frame. That's exactly what we want. When you read how long will something take, and your answers are listed in hours or seconds or minutes or days or weeks, yeah, we're looking for time straight up. So, boom, that's what I want. And now I have to understand what I have. That's the best way to go about solving word problems. What do I want? What do I have? What's the connection? So here's the information I have. We're talking about our friend Emily who needs to travel this many miles. The number doesn't matter until you know what it means. This many miles at 45 mph, miles per hour. So let me know in the chat box, everybody. The 270 miles, what kind of a unit is that? Let's identify that properly. Yeah, that'll be a distance. Absolutely. Just miles or inches or kilometers, just the distance by itself. Yeah, that is a distance unit. Absolutely. So my distance equals 270 miles. And then we have 45 mph. Everybody, what is 45 miles per hour going to be listed as? That's going to be a rate. But I have to ask you, what's the giveaway? What's the giveaway that miles per hour is a rate? There's a word that's going to be in almost every rate when you're listing it. Yeah, it's going to be the word per. Miles per hour. Let me write that down for us. My rate is going to be 45 miles per hour. What a rate is, everybody, is it's telling you how much distance you're getting for how much time you spend at that rate. So 45 miles per hour, that means every hour you're going 45 miles. When you blend a distance and a time unit together, distance per time, that is a rate, everybody. That's a dead giveaway. And understanding what our data is, understanding what that information is telling us, it gives away the solution. Because our formula, distance equals rate times time, this is exactly what we need. But you have to make sure you plug everything in correctly. My distance is given to me, 270 miles. So I'll plug that in right there. My rate, I'm also given that as well, right here, 45 miles per hour. So I'll plug that in. Time is what I'm looking for. And so when we look at this, we're not working forward to find distance, we're working backwards to find time. And so everybody, what operation is going to solve this for us? Yeah, division all day. Division all day. So we'll go ahead and take care of that here. Divide both sides by 45. And we're all set. So it'll cancel on the right side. And we have to ask ourselves, how many times does 45 go into 270, everybody? How many times will that be? Most of us here are saying, looks like 6 so far. And you are correct. If you go ahead and work with 45s, let's say you go to the gym a lot and you're benching and you're working with 45-pound plates, yes, you can figure that out as well by dividing. But we can go ahead and also guesstimate by saying 45 multiplied by 5 or 6 or 7. In this case, we'll try 6. 5 times 6 is 30. 4 times 6 is 24. Carry the 3 is 27. And there we are. That is correct. And so T equals 6. Or 6 hours. And there we go, my party people. That makes the correct answer here. Answer choice A. All right, so tackling this next question, as always, doesn't matter how short or extensive a problem might feel, we always want to start with that question sentence no matter what. So here it says, how far does it go? And when we look at the answer choices, don't worry about the numbers. They all say miles on them. So everyone, my party people, when we think about, hey, how far does something go? And we think about miles, What kind of a unit are we trying to find? Yeah, we're trying to find distance there. Absolutely. We are absolutely trying to find distance. So, boom, we understand that. How far tells us distance. And if we take a look at these clues that we're given, hey, a bus travels at 48 miles per hour for 2.5 hours. Oh, yeah, for sure. We are looking at a distance, rate, and time question. Now, before I even get to the reason why, I want you to answer that for me. Because, sure, 2.5 hours, that's time. This is distance. But what gives away that 48 mph is a rate? What gives it away? The word per. Yes, the word per. Because we see miles and we see hours, but the word per is what connects them together. That's what speed is. How far do you go in this amount of time? Miles per hour. So I really need to repeat that, especially as we go through problems like this. But here we go. So we have 48 miles per hour, 2.5 hours. The formula is distance equals rate times time. And remember, this is what we're looking for. So when we plug in the values that we have, like 48 for the rate and 2.5 for the time, notice that we don't need to work backwards. We're just going to multiply and we're set. Now, obviously, we have to bear in mind that if we're not comfortable with decimals, it might make this problem a little tougher than it needs to be, but I entrust you to work on that as time goes. So here, we have 48 multiplied by 2.5. Let's work on it together here. Multiply, ignoring that decimal. And then from there, we'll bring that decimal back. So here we go. 8 multiplied by 5, that's going to be 40. So we'll place a 0 and carry that 4. From there, we have 4 times 5, and that's going to be 20. Carry that 4 gives us 24. So there's our first line of work. Boom, this 5 is done and dealt with. When we move forward to the 2 over here, we're going to begin by first placing a 0, because remember, we are going to start where that 2 is. So then we have 2 times 8. That'll be 16, and we'll carry that 1. And then we have 4 times 2, which is 8. Carry that 1, and that's 9. So now we're going to add these back together, and then we have 0. 4 plus 6 is 10. Carry the 1. And then we have 1 plus 2 plus 9. So that'll end up being 12. So I know this looks like 1200, but it's not quite 1200 because we're going to bring back how many decimal places? How many decimal places are we bringing back, everybody? Yeah, just the 1. Just 1. And we know that because, again, right there, that's where that decimal existed. Nothing up here, so we're good. So we just bring 1 back. So there we are. 120 miles is the distance that we cover. And boom, that is answer choice B.